That's why I like it.
Good morning, everybody, on this Saturday, May 25th. And I can't believe that Nick's going to be 12 in 4 days.
He's going to be 4 in 12 days?
The fan's gone. John is walking out of the room with the box with the new fan because we're not keeping the new fan. There are actually 2 switches on the wall. I know you can't see from here. It's not going to focus. So there's Neil, too. There's actually 2 switches on the wall. One for the fan and one for the light. And that fan that we bought does not support, the fan that we bought does not support 2 switches. It only supports 1 switch, and then it has a remote to control it. And I'm sure there's some people who would be like, oh, that's awesome, you know, you just turn the light switch on and then you do everything from the remote. That's great. From my opinion, I don't like it. I don't like that design. I don't like how that works. So we never even got it up on the ceiling. We stopped. Once John figured out that there's only wiring for 1 switch, I was like, nope, I don't want it. I don't want 1 switch on my fan. So we're taking that one back. We're gonna maybe get another one at some point. I don't know, maybe today, maybe some other time. I gave Nick an option of what he wanted to do today. Now Neil goes to work at 2 o'clock, so he's not gonna be able to hang out with us. But I gave Neil an option, or Nick an option. I said, do you want to go to Hershey Park, go to the pool, go bowling, or go to see Avengers Endgame? Can you guess what he picked? Can you guess? Can you guess? Nick picked, he wanted to go to the movie. So we're gonna go to Avengers Endgame at 1:30. It is 11:20 right now. And we're gonna go to a 1:30 showing. So we're gonna actually leave here, I don't know, around, soon. We're gonna leave here soon, and then we're gonna go buy our tickets. And then we're gonna grab some lunch, probably just at Wendy's. And then, cause Wendy's is right across the street from it. So we're either gonna go to probably Wendy's or Burger King. And then, excuse me. They're doing something out there to make Buttercup mad. Anyway, we're gonna either go to Wendy's or Burger King, and then go to the movie theater and get our seats probably at least by 1 o'clock. We're probably going to the movie theater by 1 o'clock and sit down. The theater nearest us is playing at 12:50, but it's reserved seats. It's like the reclining seats and stuff, so it's super comfortable, super nice. But the only seats available are front row, and I can't do that. So we're not going to the one closest to us. We're going to a more traditional theater. And, you know, more traditional seats, open seating, that sort of thing. So we're going to go, I think we're probably going to go to the theater at like 1. And, yeah, probably going to go to the theater at 1 o'clock and get our seats. So I wanted to say good morning. This evening I'm going to spend some time editing the vlog, getting that caught up. I need to film my weekly makeup bag. I also need to film my
King Kong and
my Sephora Play unboxing, my Sephora Play King. There's Nick. I told him we're going to see a movie, Nick.
Yes.
Yep. John also fixed Nick's wall in his bathroom. I'll show you that. I didn't show you when the hole was there. King Kong ain't got something. So anyway, that is the hole. And then that is where the other 2 dots were. And that wall isn't even, so John had to put like way more putty over there than he did over here. So, hey Neil, there's a dirty sock in the bathroom. Anyway, I wanted to say good morning. Welcome to the vlog. I think we're gonna go here soon, and I think that's about it for now. I'll see you guys later. Bye. Well, y'all, we just got out of the movie theater. What did you think?
I'll be honest with you, a spoiler ahead. I'm gonna miss Tony Stark.
I cried during that movie.
So did I.
A couple of times.
Just once.
You just cried once. I cried a couple of times. What do you think, Nick?
I just cried like a little bit.
a little bit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tony Stark got Nick too.
Overall, I would say that it was a good movie.
It was a fine movie to me as well.
There were a couple of things that I was not overtly fond of.
Captain Marvel.
I did not like Captain Marvel. I do not like Captain Marvel. I'm not going to go see the Captain Marvel movie. I will probably never see anything with Captain Marvel in it.
Hey, you know what though? I did like her, Gwyneth Paltrow, Pepper Potts coming back as Rescue. That's her title. I mean, they don't label it in the movie, but that's what she's labeled in the, I believe, in the Iron Man series.
Yeah.
So she's Rescue, and I think that's pretty cool. I thought it was pretty cool that Tony and her got to fight side by side.
Yeah.
I think it was cool that Spider-Man came back and gave him a hug, like a very dad-esque type moment.
I saw that in a YouTube video.
You did?
Because there was a movie, that one of the Spider-Man movies, I think, Spider-Man tried to give him a hug.
Oh yeah, no.
And he was like, no, boy, we're not at that point yet in our relationship.
Right. Yes.
So like they had to let him hug Iron Man in this movie, from what I saw in the YouTube video. So
let me. Where else did you cry?
I cried at a couple of other spots. Well, I think the other spot was when he was deciding about like leaving his daughter. I forget where. There was another spot where I cried.
But it was Tony Stark.
Yeah.
It was. The bottom line is that Robert Downey Jr. made Tony Stark.
I think I cried with Thor too.
What do you mean?
Because he got to see his mom.
Oh, that was very touching. That was pretty poignant.
I think that's one of the parts where I cried a couple of times, a few times.
Now, you're
Not
right.
like bawling. Like when Tony died, I was like crying.
Yeah.
But there was a couple other spots where I did well up, and a couple, like I actually did cry a couple of times.
I feel you on that one. The being able to go back and like talk to somebody who's passed,
Who means a lot to you.
who means a lot to you, and it was neat the way they could, because she was such a powerful person.
Yeah.
Allow her to know that she was no longer in his life, and that she could speak to that a little bit.
Yeah.
That was pretty neat. I'll have to admit. And they didn't have to work too hard to create that convention, so it didn't feel bad. You didn't feel like it was unnatural.
Forced. Yeah.
It was not forced. It was, and Renee Russo, she was perfect for that role of being wed to Anthony Hopkins as, a mother of the gods. So I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
That's legit.
So overall, I would say it was a good movie. I hope we didn't spoil anything for you guys. If you haven't read the spoilers by now, it's been out for what, like 6 weeks or something?
Yeah.
If you haven't read the spoilers by now, I'm sorry. I mean, I even knew some of the spoilers. I knew Tony was gonna die. I mean,
It still gotcha.
Yeah, it's even though you knew it was gonna happen, or at least I knew it was gonna happen, and you knew it was gonna happen, it still was one of those things where the scene was...
I did not know.
The scene was well done. The scene was well done.
I think they really did mess up the Captain America character. The way
I don't like Chris Evans.
I don't really care about Chris Evans, but the Captain America character was pretty much almost eternal.
Yeah. And then they made him an old man.
And then they turned him into an old man because he went back in time and hung out in the 1940s.
But that's like...
But that didn't make any sense.
That makes no sense with the character.
Because he had, like... I mean, I get I get how they could do it, sort of, but I don't...
It doesn't mesh with the character.
I don't like how they did it.
No.
I would have just as soon seen him disappear in time. And then that way they could reiterate him however they wanted.
Right.
This ending sort of puts him into a bucket.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know, maybe there was something in somebody's contract or Evan's contract where he said you had to wait X amount of time before he could reboot it.
No, they said something that like he required that he was gonna only be the only Captain America ever, like somewhere in his contract he was gonna be the only Captain America ever or something like that.
Really?
That they weren't ever gonna reboot Captain America. Yeah.
That's big if they signed it.
Well, because when he signed on to the first Captain America movie, he was a big actor already. It wasn't like he was a small times or
I agree.
He had issues. Like when Tony Stark came in, we were talking about this at the end of the movie when we were waiting for all the end of the credits to run. When Robert Downey Jr. took on Tony Stark, he was like just coming out of his drugs and all of his legal battles and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So the studio was taking a chance signing Tony Stark. Robert Downey Jr.'s Tony Stark, and nobody was like expecting
it to go big
because Iron Man was not a huge character, at least as far as movies went. Like, he wasn't in any movies up until that point. They never had an Iron Man movie up until that point.
No, and it was probably, you know, it was a tough. I mean, to me, Iron Man was always sort of second fiddle to like a Thor or even the Hulk. The Hulk overall, the Hulk was a bigger character.
Yeah.
Now in the 1970s,
my hand slipped.
Oops. In the 1970s, I believe Iron Man was a little bit bigger of a deal.
That would make sense.
All the comic book characters were a lot
huge
bigger
in the 70s,
yeah.
right?
I mean, 70s, 60s,
right.
50s. You know, you had those. Those were the time.
You didn't have TV. You had comic books. Well, in the 60s, 70s, yeah. In
you
the
had
80s,
TV, but it wasn't like...
no, because when my dad was a kid, my dad was born in 1955. When my dad was a kid, he was young, not a baby, but young. He was like, we got our first TV. We thought we were such hot stuff.
Yeah.
You know, so TVs really started coming in the 60s.
Yeah.
But you still had a lot of comic books and stuff. So.
Well, you couldn't, I mean...
Radio and comic books.
You know, for me, Spider-Man would probably, like when I was Nick's age, I would watch Spider-Man on TV and those types of cartoons. So Spider-Man's a pretty big deal for me. Now they jacked Spider-Man up.
Yeah.
I think
they've done so many reiterations.
Right. This iteration of Spider-Man I like though a little bit.
Well, they actually had him as a kid.
Well, yeah. Well, yeah, and
Peter Parker was a kid.
Yeah. Yeah, and he was dealing with the loss of his uncle, and you know the way they sort of added the Iron Man father figure and some of the suit. I think that was really cool.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. That's me.
Anyway.
Comic book nerd. Not comic book nerd.
All right, I'm gonna put the camera down. We're gonna go do something. It's already 5 o'clock, so I don't know what we're gonna do. We're gonna go do something.
Well, we got to return this thing.
Oh yeah, we got to return that fan light that's back here. So we gotta do that, but I don't know what else we're gonna do. We'll see.
Hopefully get one that you like, or that works with regards to your Switch. Yeah.
I don't think I explained the Switch to you guys. Maybe I did earlier, but
physical demands on our.
I want a fan light that has 2 switches, one for the light and one for the fan. That's what I want. This one does not. This one is one switch, period. And I want a fan that will be a switch for the light and a switch for the fan. So, all right. We'll see you guys later. Bye. I want to show you what my husband did.
What's that there? Oh.
I'm going to show them.
Sure.
You ready to see what he did?
I have help. Jessica, help me.
We have a new light, and my golly, it is way brighter than the old light used to be. We actually picked this one out because it was going to be brighter. They had it hanging up in Lowe's, and you could see how bright it was compared to some of the other fans. We were looking at a second one, but this one was brighter, so we ended up with this one. So it is installed, and we just turned the fan off, which is why it's still spinning, but good to go. Bright light in the bedroom. Woo woo. Holla. I'm gonna turn this light off. Can you see me? There it goes. It's focusing on me. Anyway, we are gonna run to Target right now. We got the fan, but we're gonna run to Target real quick. Nicholas is hungry, so we're probably gonna buy something at Target. We're thinking about doing a fire tonight. It is 7:52 right now, so just about 8 o'clock. I think we're gonna, is it gonna be, there it goes. I think we're gonna put a fire, do a fire tonight and just do some like hot dogs over the fire for dinner. But we're going to Target. We can get some hot dogs at Target. We're also gonna get some tissues because believe it or not, we're like out of tissues. I shouldn't say we're entirely out of tissues. We have some, what are they called? Despicable Me. We have some Despicable Me tissues that I'm like, I really don't want to like open. I don't know why. It's silly. Nobody's gonna want to pay money for a Despicable Me box of puffs, but I'm just being silly. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and put my shoes on. We're gonna go to Target and we'll probably look around for a little bit, not a lot. I definitely need tissues. We need to get some hot dogs, and other than that, we'll probably just look at like the clearance end caps and see if there's anything we want to get at the clearance end caps. So anyway, John's giving the dogs treats, got them in their cages, so we're gonna go. And we will see you guys later, probably when we have the fire. Bye. It's just about 10 o'clock. We just had a fiasco. So we are out here with the fire. You probably can't, oh, there it is. You can see a little bit of it. And we just made some hot dogs on the fire for dinner. It's 10 o'clock. Yes, I know we're eating dinner very late tonight. But I was bringing my plate in and I was gonna get the dogs, take the dogs out for walks. And I stopped in the house and there is a puddle of moisture right inside the door. And then it follows. It starts right beside the door over here. And then it goes the entire way to the couch over there. We used to have sheets on the couch. All the sheets were wet. The sheets that were on the far couch were wet. The blanket that's laying there is wet. The one on the floor is wet. The only thing she didn't get wet was this one right here. But she literally ran the entire perimeter of the living room. And then her diaper was soaking wet and I was trying to take her diaper off, so I was walking over here to put her in the cage so I could clean it up and she wouldn't be sniffing at it. And the diaper was dripping the whole way back to the cage. So my floor's clean. We were having a very relaxing evening at the fire. Anyway, I'm gonna take you outside and show you the fire because I need to relax a little bit after that fiasco. So, all right, let's go. Okay. Well, that's what's going with our fire right now. It's all but embers at this point.
Actually, it's because of the wind.
There's John with the doggos. But it's very hot still.
Oh, yeah.
Very hot still. There's just very little flame. So he put the wheelbarrow there to try to keep the wind off of it so it wouldn't get like blown out and stuff, but super hot. Anyway, I'm gonna sit down, drink some water, and I'm gonna say goodnight to you in just a couple minutes. Well, y'all, it is the end of the night. It is just about 11 o'clock, or it's a couple minutes after 11 actually. Neil got home and he gave Wednesday a bath, which is good because she needed it. And we got the fire put out and it's gonna rain. It was lightning and thundering, but right when we were dumped the water on the fire. So it's gonna storm tonight. It's supposed to rain most of the day tomorrow as well, so there's that. Tomorrow, do you have any plans for tomorrow?
No, ma'am, I do not.
No, you do not? Tomorrow, I wanna try to get some of the vlog edited because I am over a week behind. And I want to film a video for Monday for Epic Beauty Fail and edit that. I do not have an Omni's video for tomorrow, but what I might do is just film a video tomorrow about my favorite low-carb sweeteners. Talk about them, talk about the differences that I found with them and what I like and I don't like about them. Yeah. I think I might do that. Just talk about like my favorites. And I have, you know, a handful in the freezer, or yeah, in the freezer, in the cabinet that I can pull out and like actually show people and all that stuff. So that's what I might do for Monday's video. Yeah. So, and I need to do the Shop My Stash video as well. So I have some filming to do tomorrow. That means you'll probably get to relax. I won't be running you all over the place.
What?
Neil works tomorrow morning, so he's got to get, my alarm set for 6 to wake him up. And what else? I don't know. It's the end of the day. I did no work for anything. No schoolwork, or yeah, schoolwork. No work, no YouTube work. I just relaxed with my family, and that was nice to do. So, Tomorrow I might also film a foundation review. Maybe. I might just wait until Monday to film a foundation review, to be honest with you. Because we're going to go over to John's sister's house on Monday for lunch. She's doing a cookout. But I mean, it's not supposed to be too hot, so I can do a foundation review on Monday, so. Anyhow. Today I'm thankful I just took a day to relax with my family.
There you go.
I really enjoyed that today. So, I hope today was better than yesterday, and I hope tomorrow will be just a little bit better than today. I hope y'all are having a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.